Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to understand how we are going to identify the web tables. Okay. So before I go to the web tables, first you need to understand how a table will look like. So when I say a table will represent the data in the tabular format. What do you mean by tabular format? So when I say tabular format, let me give you an example. Let's say this is my header, which is serial number, first name, last name, and age. So there is a first record, VAD, first name VAD, last name Ajay, and age 45. Similarly, second row, first name, last name, and age. Third record, first name, last name, age, and fourth record, fifth records. Like that, I have given the data. So if you look at, if I ask somebody to identify the person last name with the serial number 3, that means the person will be in the third serial number row, and then the last name, which is the column is last name, where it matches with Sanjay. So if you wanted to retrieve this data, so this kind of data, if you are having it in a table which is there in a web application, that we call it as web table. So there are two categories of web tables. One is static data, and then another one is dynamic data. So in simple, when there is a when there is no change to the data, so that kind of data we call it as static data. That means it is a stable data which will never change. That means that the table we call it as a static table. Let me show you an example of a static table. So if you see this one, I'm just opening one uh, HTML page where you have the static data. So when I say static data, you will not be able to do any changes. The data won't change. How many times you open this application, the HTML page, the data remains the same. So this is the first cell, this is second cell, third cell, and then fourth cell. So first row, second row. So similarly, when I tell you about web application with dynamic data. So when I say dynamic table, I'm just opening one more example. If you see this table, daily, weekly, and monthly, they are displaying some data. So that means this data may change according to the dates, according to the months, and whatever the category you are selecting here, according to that the data may vary. So that means, so for example, if there is first week of January, if you are looking at the data may be something different. So first week of February, the data may vary. So the company may not have the same kind of values what you have. That means this company will have different kinds of prices, previous closer price, current price. That means the changes, whatever is going to happen, the data may vary. So if you don't understand this also, make it very simple. To make it very simple, so if there is a table, if the data is changing according to the market, or according to some days or weeks or monthly, and that kind of table is called dynamic table. If the data is stable and it is not changing, then we call it as static table. So now what we are going to do is, how are we going to identify this particular cell values using Selenium WebDriver for static web table, we will see first. So before I go to the static web table, first I'll tell you how do you form this web table. Let me open the HTML page. So I told you in our previous video where we thought of XPath access methods, where there is a parent, there is a child, there is a sibling, all those things we have seen, right? So now you will understand better once you go through this HTML code. See, whenever you wanted to define any HTML page, you need to have a HTML starting tag and HTML ending tag. So that is what they have written. And after that, you will be having a header, and then the head needs to be closed. So there is a starting tag and there is a ending tag. When you are ending the tag, you need to use forward slash. Similarly, head and then head they have used, and in between they have provided one more tag called title, and then you will have the title RK IT Hub. See, the title name is RK IT Hub. That is what written in the particular web page. Now what we are going to do is we wanted to have a body. So body and then end tag body, and then you will be having a table. So border is equal to 1. What does it do? It means it will create the border for that particular table. So now under the table you will have t body. See, table body. So when I say table body, it has to end here. So there are two rows, tr and tr. There are two childs for t body. So when I say childs, these two are child elements for this t body. Other way, tr, two tags are here for these two childs. This is the parent. So now tr stands for table row, td stands for table data. So this is my first cell data and this is my second cell data of tr1. So when I say tr1, so I will represent with a predicate. What is a predicate? I'll explain you when I show you the XPath. So similarly, the other also you have written in the same manner. So if you want, you can do the same replica one more time. How are we going to do? You just open a notepad. First, what you are going to do, you are going to write HTML and then /HTML. This is the first step. And after that, go inside and then you write whatever the heading you want. Head and then end the heading. And inside of that, you are going to write the title. Let's say I wanted to have the title as Selenium training, and then close the title. And under that I wanted to have a t body. T body, first you need to have a body tag and then close the body. You can make the alignments also if you want. Okay, I'll just make it so that it will be readable. See, if you move with a tab, then automatically your code is readable. Whatever you are having here, you will be able to read it properly. So this head should end here, right? You need to understand where to start and where to end also. If you don't understand that, then you will not be able to write the program. HTML code. Now you will be having table, and then I'm not writing that border, and we'll see what is going to happen if you don't write it. Okay, and then table ended. Now under table you will be having t body, and then you will be closing the t body, and in that you are going to have tr, and then you are going to close the tr tag. This is what they have written. Similarly, you are going to have td. Let us say Arun and then td. If you want one more record, just copy and then write it. So let's say I'm going to save this document. So I'm saving it here, sample.html, and then click on close. Now I'll go to this page, and then sample is my page, HTML page, which I have just defined. Just double click. See, Arun has come. I think we have given both the places Arun. So you can change Varun, and then go here, double click. To do that, you have to save this document. See, now I have saved it, and then again refresh. Arun and Varun has come. So now see, there is no border here. So if you wanted to have a border, so similarly, whatever they have written here, so you can also take the code border is equal to 1 and keep it here, then automatically the border will be created. So now you go here and then see, Selenium training is the name title, and then your body also has the table border. So this is how you will be having the border, and you can do css and so many things, but for us it is just to understand, just to make you understand how a html page is defined. I have explained you all these things. Now our target is to identify one of the element. Let's say I wanted to identify java. Right click and then inspect. So for a static table, if you look at however the HTML has been written, the same way HTML starting tag, HTML ending tag. That's what we have seen just now, HTML starting tag and HTML ending tag. Under that you will have head. So the same thing you are going to see in this particular page. So head started here and it got ended. And then T body, under body you will have table, under table you will have T body, under that you will have two TRs. These two TRs are child objects for this T body. Under TR, you will have TD. This is one second item. And similarly, under another TD, TR, you will be having second item. Now, what I wanted to do is, I wanted to identify the XPath for Java. Right click, copy, and then copy XPath. This we already know. What I wanted to do is, I want to write the XPath on my own. Control F, two forward slashes, and then HTML is the first element. So after HTML, where is my element? That is under body. Then I am going to write body, and then there is a table. Under that, you'll be having T body. Under that you will be having tr. So if you see tr, you have two trs. So now you need to identify where your java is. So java is under first tr. That means you have to make use of one more concept called predicate. Whatever you are writing it in the square brackets, that we call it as predicate. So predicate, the first predicate, under that you will be having so td. Under td you will have again two items. Then what you are going to do, you are going to identify the second item. Now if you write this, then automatically this is your XPath. So how are we going to retrieve the value from the application? So to do that, so you already know how to invoke the application. This is the path for this page. See here, whatever the path is here, I have copied it here, and then the driver dot whatever the method is available I have written. So it will invoke the application. Now what I wanted to do is, I wanted to retrieve the value, so and hold it into one variable. So to hold it into one variable, I need to have it into one string. I'll say text cell, or whatever you can write whatever you want. So driver dot find element by dot xpath. So we know what is the xpath, right? So you go to that and then take this xpath and then go to this, and then within the double quotes you'll be having it, and then you need to retrieve the value. To retrieve the value, you need to use a method called dot get text is the method which you are going to make use, and then put the semicolon, and now you have to print the value system dot out dot println, and then you're going to have this text cell. If you wanted to make it text cell 1, the first one or second one, it is second one, right? I'll make it as 2 second cell, and then give it here, and then run the program. So now I'm closing all these other browsers which are not required for us, and then let me run the program. Now if you run this program, see what is going to happen. It will invoke the browser, and then it has to print the value of the second cell. Let's go to the console and see the java is printed. So if you wanted to print the other one, that is from the second row, if you wanted to print english, so where is that? So second row, that is our tr2, and then td1. This is what you have to take. So if you have any doubts, you can copy this and then go to this, and then right click, inspect, and then whatever I have copied here, I'm just pasting it. See, that got highlighted. You can also write on your own without looking at the application also, if you have complete knowledge on this. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to close this, and then I will run the program. and now it should print the other value, that is English. Just see what is going to happen. It will open the application one more time, and then it will print the value on the console, that is English. So you can do whatever the value you wanted to retrieve, you can retrieve using this method. So similarly, you will have to identify the same way for the other application, that is dynamic web table. So that we will discuss in the next video. Before that, we will see one more method called nested table. So when I say nested table, see this as an example. Within the table, let us say this is a table. Under this table you have one more table. So if you have a table, inside the table if you have one more table, that we call it as nested table. So let me try to pull this cell 2 value. Let's say if I put inspect, see what is going to happen. See the structure. Now I don't know anything. Now I wanted to write XPath for this. Right click and Control F. See where to start. You can start from here also. So what are you going to do? You will be writing table. That means it got identified. Under that you will be having T body. Under that you will be having TR, and under TR you see where is the table you need to see. Okay. Let me go back. Let me refresh and run one more time. See, now I have to write for this. So now right click, inspect. See here under second TR, see there is a T body 1, 2, 3, 4. So here you have it. So this is the value, and in your first TR you have TD. In your first TR under TD you have a table. That's what you have to write here. So now Control F. And if you are confused, you can directly copy and do whatever the way you are doing the copy paste method. So T body, under that TD will be having TD2, sorry, TR, right? So TR, under TR you have a table. Under TR you are 1, yeah, and that you will be having a table. No, TR1 you will be having a TD. Yes, under TD you will be having which TD? I think it is 2. Yeah, correct. Under that you will be having table. This is how you have to come to your table. And then you will be writing T body, and then you will be having TR. That is cell 1, right? So which cell you want? You want the third cell or fourth cell, whatever you want. TR3, then automatically you will be having the third item. So you need to understand TR3, and then you are going to have TD value. So this is the value you wanted to retrieve. So TD1 is the value, because there is only TD1. You copy this and then go to this application and then give this XPath, and also you need to change the URL, right? So where is your URL? Now this is your URL. Copy this URL and go to this URL place and save it. And now I'm just removing clear cache and then clear the console and then run the program. Before I run, I'll close all the browsers which are open. So this will open one more time and then it will run the program. Just run it and see what is going to happen. So it will invoke the browser and then it will pull the value which is the required cell value based upon our requirement. See, that is cell 3. So that means if you are having a table, inside that if you are having one more table inside the table, that table we call it as nested table. So this applies for both dynamic as well as static also. We will see more of that in the dynamic table about in the next video, but in this video what we have seen, so what are all the different web tables available? Those are two. One is static and dynamic web tables, and all So you understand how to pull the value from that particular table, and what is nested table also we have seen in this video.